is TJ Zwarych with Agents of Fandom. Thank you so much for chatting with me today.
Wow, man,
Both
you got a great
both of
session.
your characters are very loyal to the Empire, but they're not necessarily motivated by power or darkness like the Emperor that they serve. Where does their loyalty come from? What drives it? I'll throw that one to you first, Cal.
Well, I think they come from very different backgrounds, Syril and Dedra, but ultimately they're both, in a way, growing up within the system of the Empire.
Yeah.
Syril grew up in Coruscant, and in the first season, you see inside his bedroom, and he's got little, stormtrooper figurines and stuff that those would have been his childhood playthings. And
That is heartbreaking.
yeah, and ultimately, I always saw Syril as a product of that confined, controlled, airless apartment that he grew up with his toxic mother. And that kind of surveillance and order and control and punishment is a very good breeding ground for moving into a structure like the Empire. So I think that loyalty, searching for a place within that, searching for a place within the Empire just came naturally to him.
Yeah, I think neither of them grew up with any sense of like what vulnerability or love or anything human, really. They didn't learn that. So they both seem to enjoy, or not enjoy, but I think their method, certainly Dedra's method of feeling safe, is to be in control. If I control everything, then I feel safe, and that feels better than what vulnerability does or what intimacy does. And I always, when I think of Syril, I always think of this idea of when love is withheld from you and affirmation is withheld from you, and then you find a system which will reward, like the Empire is also not loving or affirmational, but it sort of rewards in things that are very oh God, what's the word? Tangible, right?
Yeah.
And so it can feel like a version of, they think that feeling is, I don't think they would say that it feels like love, but safety of some, it feels calm. Like I think for Dedra, she feels calm when she's operating in this kind of focused, hypervigilant way. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And on the note of control and love, I think you both deserve kudos because every time your characters are on the screen together, it feels very natural, but also toxic
And weird.
with their relationship. How would the two of you, in your own words, describe Dedra and Cyril's feelings towards one another? I'll throw that to you first, Denise.
Weird, complicated. It's very complicated because, like I said, she has nothing to compare it to. This isn't a woman who grew up having holiday romances, or like I often think of Cassian and his relationship with Marva. He had somebody who in her actions showed him that he was loved and supported, even when she was challenging him. And so when you see Cassian and Bix come together, it's sort of makes sense, but with Dedra and Cyril, you see them trying to work out what this, like I feel Dedra watching Cyril all the time and thinking, why is when he smiles at me like that, or when it's not even a smile, it's kind of, Kyle does the monologues with his eyes, so he's kind of constantly doing things when you're acting with him. And so Dedra's responding to all this, like when he's happy and she says to him, it's good to see you happy, but she doesn't say, it's really good to see you happy. It's good to see you happy. I mean, it's just, what is happening? I'm short-circuiting. It's that. So they seem to look at each other and short-circuit all the time.
Yeah. Perfect.
Thank you so much for joining me today, and congratulations on Andor Season 2.
Thank
Thanks
you
so
so
much, man.
much. Thank you.